Hello everybody, it is Dangeles, and welcome back to part number 2 of our small house tutorial videos. So guys, we are back. We're building this house. We got started. We made a lot of progress on the first episode, and we're ready to just jump right back in and continue with it. One quick comment that I got in the comment section of the first video was, what are these houses? Well, these houses were from Survival Shenanigans, and I did a tutorial on those, I think. This right here is from just a little, kitchen, city texture pack kitchen tutorial if you want to check that stuff out. All the stuff's on the channel still. But let's go and not go too far off topic and continue moving on here. So I filled in these little pathways like I promised. This one goes out 14 blocks from the garage door, and this one goes out 11 from the stairs, if you're wondering. It's obviously 2 blocks wide on this one, and this one I believe is the same as the garage, 5 blocks wide. So we'll probably do a little bit of work on the front yard in terms of landscaping at some point, but not right now. Let's kind of just continue right where we left off. So we were working in the back over here, kind of just filling in these spaces. And one thing I forgot to do at the end of last episode was just fill in the pillared quartz sideways, kind of like right above the windows on each one of these. So basically just kind of take those out and replace the, the light blue wool like we were doing at the end of the first episode. So welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of positive feedback. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are the reason why I make these videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and work over here. So basically what I want to do is take it up 4 blocks from the bottom here. So right here, this block here, I'm going to take just some pillared quartz across. And then I'm going to put some upside down stairs here and then some slabs like that. Some more upside down stairs right here and here. And then some slabs running across. And then above that, we're going to have to get back out our light blue wool. And just place it right on top of the quartz pillar like that. So now what we're going to do is just kind of continue the slabs that we were putting in. So we're just basically just going to kind of take them all the way around like this. Feel free to fill in that empty space there. Basically, you just want to kind of connect it around. But feel free to fill that space in since it's going to just be open anyway. So same thing over here. Just kind of go like that. And it's going to be looking great. Alright, so now we're going to start to work on the roof a little bit. So I'm going to need some cobblestone stairs for this. Let's go ahead and get that stuff out. And I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that block. Let's get rid of some glass. We probably won't need that right now. So basically the cobblestone stairs are regular, I guess they're just called stone stairs. Just take them up like this and just kind of fill them in. Basically, what you would do for a standard roof, this is pretty much how everybody builds roofs in Minecraft, so it shouldn't be too tough to kind of follow along. Basically, you just want to follow the pattern. This roof is a little bit tricky, so it might get a little bit bumpy at points, but overall I tried to make it as simple as I could without, looking too terrible, if that makes any sense. So there we go. We got our start to the roof. So basically what we want to do is come over here and place a quartz stair. And just kind of like staircase them up, upside down, and then regular, kind of going all the way up like we did on the first episode for the front. This kind of just runs all the way up. And what it's going to do is it's going to connect to this part. And you guys will kind of see what I mean in a second. So basically what you want to do is just come from like this block right here. And then just start to build them up as well from right here, pretty much. So it's going to kind of come up like this. And you just want it to pretty much just connect to the top. It's basically just a little fun way to do a roof, I guess. It makes it look a little bit cooler. So go like that, like that, and then just fill in your slab. And then you can come back down here, replace this like that, and then this is going to come across like that. There we go. So now we have this big open space that we can fill in with some oak wood planks. Just kind of just take this up and around, fill this in. Again, the oak wood planks look good here. You can also use regular stone if you want to kind of keep the theme of the colors. I just using this because it kind of just changes up a little bit, just kind of mixes up the colors. So, but honestly, you can do whatever you want in terms of color scheme. You can use any kind of blocks you want as long as you use the kind of the same design. So, yeah, and even just to get some inspiration for your own builds if you want, just fill that last block in. So there we go. We have that, and then all you want to do is just kind of take a opening there. Place our pillared quartz. I'm not really sure what that is. It's just a little extra decoration to the roof. So or the ceiling. The roof. All right, so there we go. We got our front there, and that's looking great. That's kind of like my favorite part of the house. It's just it has a nice look to it. It looks really neat and detailed. So we got that. That's great. So now what we want to do is pretty much just kind of take some stone slabs across. I'm even going to get out some swiftness potions for this since this might take a minute. The roof is probably the tedious part, but it must be done. It's very important. Right here, we're going to do something very similar to the other side. Not use those blocks. Let's use these. We're basically just going to do the exact same thing as we did on the other side. Just kind of take it up. And it's ideally going to connect up to the top like this. And then you want to come over here and do the same thing. So this is going to pretty much just go like this. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. It'd probably be better if I started off over here, actually, thinking in the long run. So what you want to do is just kind of, do exactly what I'm doing. Just kind of place your roof to start building your roof. It's a lot easier to do this with swiftness potions. Sorry if it's getting a little bit dizzy here, kind of going back and forth, but it must be done. It's very important. And right here and there, and then you're going to place your slab on the top. Just always make sure it's an odd number. Just double check that. It looks like kind of weird with an even number in my opinion. So, all right. And then what you want to do is basically just kind of run these slabs back until you get to the 1 block away from this lining. And then you place your stair instead of a slab. Basically just replace what you would put a slab there, just put a stair instead. And then you can connect these up to the top as well. This is a great way to do roofing. It makes it look, really neat. So now, if you did it right, if I did it right, hopefully, this should connect all the way across to the other side perfectly. There we go. So now all you gotta do is just kind of fill in the stairs here, with cobblestone stairs. You can use stone brick stairs. You can use nether stairs. You can use whatever kind of stairs you want. Whatever is your favorite block. Honestly, it's totally optional on what you want to do with that. Again, it's really more about the kind of the design and just getting a sense on how to build a simple starter house like this. And it's not really a starter house, but just like a simple townhouse, or not townhouse. It's not a townhouse either. It's a suburban house or whatever. It's a neighborhood house, whatever you want to call it. Just something simple for your creative world if you're just getting started. You can just fill in your space with these. So that's good. We're going to come in 2 blocks from the side here, open up 3. Same thing on this side. Come 2 blocks in, open up 3. That is going to be some windows. So let's go ahead and just put those in real quick. These are just some simple side windows for the garage. Again, nothing too fancy. They're very, very simple, just like that. All right, cool. So we're going to start to fill in this side as well. So I'm just going to kind of take my stone slabs or stone stairs. If I say blocks wrong, forgive me. It's hard to really grasp how difficult it is to build and talk at the same time. It's hard to get your focus on your what word to say when you're building. It's hard to concentrate on 2 different things at once. I know I sound like an idiot when I say that, but it's actually true. Believe me, if you've tried it before, you'd know. It's very difficult to build and talk at the same time. All right. So let's see. We're gonna take this across here. It's basically like the ultimate multitasking. So, all right. So we got that. And we're going to place our pillared quartz block, I guess. And then right here, we're going to place some more oak wood planks. Just kind of fill this all in. Again, this roof is going to start to make a lot of sense in a second here. Right now, it kind of looks all over the place, but it's going to start to connect very well on this side. So there we go. We got that. And that's looking great. So we kind of have like this back side here. We got the front side. Everything's starting to come together very nicely. So now it gets really simple, guys. All you have to do is just kind of follow the pattern. So you just kind of run it around this way, follow it around to here, and then turn it. And then right here, we're going to do another one of those kind of like, I guess A shape, whatever. Triangle shape, I guess. Not really A shape. Just kind of like a triangle shaped roof right here. Again, doing this just adds a lot of detail to the house. You don't just want like a kind of like a flat roof or anything like that when you're building stuff like this. A roof is important because it actually makes it look a lot more like real life if you do that. So that's just a suggestion I would have. Just kind of make your roofs look a lot fancier than they need to be. It'll go a long way. All right, so we have that. And basically what we need to do now, pretty much all we have to do left is just basically just fill this whole thing in. So we're going to kind of just get going on that right now. So I'm just going to kind of fill in all this stuff. I'm not going to do any like cuts. Like normally if I was doing a let's build, I would cut right now. But since I bet you a lot of you guys are following along, trying to build this yourself in your world, I'm not going to do that. And also, I appreciate you guys, following along. That's the reason why I make these videos, for you guys to follow along and, get a house idea for your world, just fill some space. And then whenever you guys send pictures on Twitter and stuff like that, and that really means a lot to me. So that is the reason why I do this stuff. So guys, thank you for that. A bunch of you guys have already sent pictures of the first episode. I appreciate that. All right. So we don't want to place a block there because this is going to kind of come across right here. So I'm going to get some stone slabs out. And I'm going to get rid of those for now. So basically the stone slabs are going to come across here instead. And this is just going to mix it up a little bit so it's not all quartz. And I'm going to do the same thing over here as well. Well, actually, we might leave that one, but up top is going to be switched out for stone slabs. It's going to be a little bit different. It'll be nice. All right, so this is going to kind of come across right here. Run all the way down. There we go. And then this one we can leave like quartz. Since it's the idea of leaving that like quartz is because it kind of connects to this color and it kind of like runs through really nicely. So The ones that aren't connected to quartz, you know, on both sides, you can turn into stone slabs. All right, so let's go ahead and sleep real quick. We've already got a lot of stuff done in the first 10 minutes, so we're looking great. And I'm going to try to finish this in 3 episodes. That should be, if I do interior, it should take only 3 episodes. So we're going to keep on going here. No time to waste. All right, so I'm just going to kind of take this across here up, and then, you know, we'll start to fill in the roof and stuff like that. So basically for this part, all you got to do is just kind of follow the pattern. Just go from quartz slab or quartz stair to quartz stair. It's pretty much the simplest way to do it. Once you kind of get the outline of a roof, it's very simple to just fill it in. But, you know, actually like figuring out the outline and stuff like that is definitely the hardest part of building a house like this. When we do a modern house, I'm probably going to do a small modern house tutorial next. And that one, you know, the roof is going to probably be a lot more simple. So since it's a modern house, you know, modern houses don't have to have crazy roofs like these do. And then we'll do an Italian villa, like a small Italian villa after that. And then I'll probably take suggestions. We might do like a fantasy house or something like that. Lots of ideas that I have, guys. So we're going to kind of just, we're going to do them all, I guess. So this is going to kind of run up. And you might be wondering in a second here, we're going to have some open space in the top of this roof. Have no fear. We're going to fill that in. It's going to be fine. It's probably going to be a little bit, you know, weird, but it'll be okay. So we have that. So now what we want to do is basically just fill in the rest of this space with some cobblestone. So all we got to do is just kind of bring it across here. And we're just going to kind of fill it to here. Whoops. And then kind of just turn it this way. Take it to here. We can fill this last little area in with some stairs. And then we have just kind of this open space here. And you can just fill this in. Just fill this in with cobblestone. Again, this is just part of the house that kind of just, you know, ended up like a little flat roof, which is fine. You know, we can put something up here. We can, you know, whatever. We can do whatever with it. But there we go, guys. The roof is pretty much closed off. Again, that didn't take very long at all. So it's nice and it's looking good. Everything's all squared away. So now we just kind of have to add detail to it on the outside and start to work on the inside. So I'm just going to quickly fill all this stuff in with some wood, since that's what we need to do next. This is going to kind of run all the way down through here, like this, and right here. And then we're going to place our, you know, like we've been doing all the way around, just place your pillared quartz there. Did we do it on this side? Yeah, we did. Okay, great. So that's pretty much it for the outside of the house. So let's just add a few more details here. We might even do a little bit of landscaping in the front, and then we can start to work on the inside. So I'm going to clear my inventory completely. I'm going to get out some flower pots with some yellow flowers. And I'm also going to get out some anvils and some spruce leaves. And what else do we need for, I think that's good. Actually, we also might need a tripwire hook. That will be useful. And that should be good for now. So let's go for it. Actually, we also need doors. So we're going to place a door right in here. Put it on the inside of the block. So, whoops, right there. And then we're going to place another one right here. So we're going to go out. Of course, it's nice and flat on the inside. We're going to add our floor plan in just a second. If I can get through this door, that would be brilliant, game. There we go. All right, so I'm going to place my flower pots kind of on the edges here on the even number windows. And then on the odd number windows, I'm going to place them in the middle, kind of like that. So that's what we're going to do going all the way around. We're going to do it right here as well. Place it there. Tripwire hook's going to go right there. It's going to be kind of like the little handle to open the garage. No need for any flower pots on this side. This is really just kind of like the back of the garage, so it's not supposed to look pretty. And we're going to place that there. And right here. And then 2 on the edges for the evens, like that. Perfect. So now let's go around and add some Dangeles anvils. We're going to go ahead and do that. And if you're new to my channel, you know, just basically do that. It's an inside joke from CLD. But I'm sure everybody watches CLD, so I don't really know why I'm saying that. All right, we don't want to make this 4 blocks, so let's only make it 3. So there we go. And let's see, where else are we going to add some Dangeles anvils? I think that's good. All right, so also I need to add a little staircase here, so we're going to put our little stone brick there. It's going to be our little staircase. Actually, you know what? We might even just spruce it up a little bit. We might even go like that and like that, maybe, just to add a little bit to it. It doesn't have to be crazy. That's fine. Okay, let's see. What else do we have to do? All right, let's add a little bit to the front. So I'm going to get out some pillared quartz, some quartz slabs, some stone slabs, and some regular stone. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of add this part here. We're going to add the mailbox, stuff like that. I'm actually might as well get that stuff out as well, since we're going to do that. And we might as well keep this out as well. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just take this out here. So these are little bushes here. We're going to kind of run all the way down 2 blocks away from the edge. and then same thing on this side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 blocks of stone here, place some slabs on top of that, and then we're going to go ahead and take it up 3 and then 2 on the sides. So 1, 2, 3 in the middle, 2 on the sides, and then we're going to go like that and like this. Same thing on this side. So basically we're going to place our stone slabs there, and then again 3 blocks of pillared quartz like this, and 2 on the sides. And move, cow guy, you're in the way, man. All right, there we go. And here we go, and right here. So now what we can do is, unfortunately my bed is in the way, so let me go ahead and replace that again, like over here. And we're basically just gonna kind of connect these with some stone. So just take it across. Again, if you don't have to go crazy with this. You can honestly put something really simple if you want. And then we're gonna do the same thing right over here. So Mr. Cowman's in the way, so have to deal with that. All right. So that kind of just runs around. Put the same thing on this side. It's like take it out however many blocks it needs to go. Doesn't really matter. Again, if you actually have a plot for this world, you can turn this like, I don't know, maybe right here. Go out like 5 blocks and turn it if you're actually like doing plots. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and place our mailbox. So I'll just put the mailbox right here. Place that on top of that. And do we have it tucked? No, I don't think we do. Oh, no, you know what? Actually, the mailbox is over here, according to my first original build of this. So there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and add our bushes kind of running across here like this. And then same thing right here, kind of connecting all the way to the end to there. All right, so there we go, guys. We kind of have our front yard here. I'm going to add this in a second, but that's looking, just kind of give an idea of how it's looking. Hopefully you guys are following along good. And there's kind of like the house, how it looks without the trees in the front. So that's what it's going to look like from the front. You know, just really simple. It's great for a little suburban area. All right, so let's continue. So what I want to do now is get out some stone slabs, some pressure plates, make sure they're stone, some dirt. We're going to get out some spruce leaves, some ferns, and some grass blocks. We're going to take this out, I think 3 probably, and then turn it like this. 1, 2, 3. I think that's good. Maybe even out 1 block further. According to this, I did take it out 1 block further, so we'll do that. All right, so this will go out to here instead. You can break these blocks, and then basically just want to replace this with dirt. Just replace the grass with dirt, and you know, just kind of so it looks like soil, pretty much. All right, and then also you want to make sure that you have it like that, because then it'll regrow as grass, and nobody wants that. Randomly assort these blocks. Again, there's a lot more features that we could add, but you know, we're on Xbox. If you're on PC, if you're building this on PC for some reason, you can add like the tall grass and lilacs and things like that, and you know, lilacs and sunflowers if you want. So there we go, we have that, and that's kind of just adding to the front. We're gonna plant the tree right here. Again, I'm not gonna do the trees on camera because the trees are really a pain in the butt to build. But if you want to build a big tree, I'll just quickly show you how to do it if you're unaware. It's pretty simple. Let's see. I'll just place the tree like right here. So I'm gonna like make it 2 blocks tall. Basically, just 2 blocks of oak, or basically however tall you want it to go. I'm just gonna make it 2 blocks. We're gonna place that there. We're gonna place a glass block diagonally above the sapling, and then you just spam grow it like that. And that's just a really simple way to build a bigger tree, like that. So that one's good. And then do I want to put another one? Yeah, I have them planned out to go right here. So place one right here. And yeah, again, sometimes you get like little Humpty Dumpties, which is what I call them, but that right there is a big one. This is the kind of ones you want. It's really just kind of like a roll of the dice. That one is like a perfect example of like a big tree that you really like. And then the same thing over here. But again, you know, sometimes you get tiny ones, sometimes you get big ones. It really all depends. But overall, you know, they look great. So we're going to try to get this last one here. Hopefully we don't get a tiny one. Hopefully go 3 for 3. That would be brilliant for the video. Looks like we have. So got a little bit of a stroke of luck there. Good luck for the video. So that's good. So we have our 3 trees in the front here. And that just basically just adds to the house. Kind of just gives it a little bit of like a nice look to it with the trees. So that's awesome. So we have our front landscaping done, which I'm really happy with. So now pretty much all we have to do, guys, is just work on the inside, and this thing will be done. So next episode, guys, I'm going to be doing the inside and, you know, kind of just putting the floor plan. We'll do some furnishing, and we'll go from there. So, guys, thank you very much for watching the second part of this series. Thank you for the support you guys have been giving it. It is much appreciated. It has been Dan Lags, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.